So this is the general assessment screen where you enter your grades or marks. So you can see I have my class here. And I'm just going to tap in here under rating and press on your way, got it, on your way, beginning, whatever whatever mark I'm giving. If I put in a value in the, so back here, I'm going to go to up here to assignment settings. So when I was setting this up, if I had put a value in, let's say, 30, then that would show up. So I'm going to submit that now. I'll come back to the same screen. You'll see 30 is here now. So I could put a score in. So let's say a 28 or 29 out of 30. I probably would change that to got it. So you can have either no rating at all, leave the rating blank. So if I've entered a rating, to get rid of it, tap on it again and you see delete at the top. So I could leave the ratings blank and just put the score and the value, or I can leave the scores and the value. I'll get rid of this value here. It'll get rid of it on the other screen we just looked at and just do ratings. So I do my ratings. And I'll just do a couple more just to show you something. Beginning, got it, on your way, got it, beginning. Okay, let's pretend they're not quite done, but so up above rating, you'll see these, it looks like a little graph. It's really sorting it. It's like a sorting in order, sequential order. So if I tap that, it'll sort it, put the beginning students together, the ones that got on your way, and the ones that have got it at the bottom. So I can quickly see who I need to spend some more time with. I could also tap this by score. If I had put a score in, there's a little graph above score, and that would sort by their score. So if I tap this graph, the sort button above rating, again, it'll reverse it, so it'll put the got it's at the top, and the beginnings are the lowest one at the bottom. And if I tap it one more time, it just goes back to alphabetical order. This up here will do the same thing, really. I can go by rating, and it sorts it, or I can go by score or student name. So it's another way to sort. This evidence, I can collect evidence for each student, up to 4 pieces. So you see these dots at the bottom. If I slide, that's the second piece, attachment 2, attachment 3, and attachment 4. And I just go back to the original. I can collect it through camera. So I tap this, and when you tap it for the first time, it'll normally ask you to give permission for K6 Ninja to use your camera, and you have to say yes. So I would take a photo if I was going to do one. I'm just going to cancel that though. Video, audio, those will ask permission as well. Photos, if I want to grab it from photos in my in the photo app. I can also get it from Google Drive or one of those cloud services. I do that and I tap get link. Or I can copy it from another somewhere and paste it in here. I use the paste most frequently when I'm doing group assessments, so they have the same evidence. Maybe it's a little video. I've videoed a little video clip, or maybe I took a picture of some kind of poster or something they did, and it's the same one for everyone. I'll just copy it, and if I have one in here, copy will be available. I'll copy that and I'll just paste it in each of the students in that group. So there's more information on how to use this evidence toolbar in another video. So if you want more details on how to use that, you can check out that video. Over here, you'll see comment options on the right-hand side. And if I'm just going to put a comment here. I'm going to put Anita is, or let's say, has a strong understanding, and I'll say blah, 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 pretend I'm saying more, right? And that's like, let's say I was going to say, She, I'll capitalize that, pretend it's a new sentence. She is able, and whatever it is. Let's say I write that comment for her. Let's say I want to use that exact same comment in someone else's. I can tap this little, looks like it's really a copy, and I can copy that, and I can go down to Eileen here, tap in her comment, tap that same one, and press paste. And it changes it to Eileen instead of Anita, has a strong understanding she is able. And if I go down to, let's say, Hugo is a boy, so I'm going to copy this. I already get it copied still, so I'm just going to paste it. Hugo has a strong understanding he is able to. So it looks at the gender and the name and then changes it accordingly. And the last one over here, you can see there's like an expand button. It has 2 arrows. If the comment's long, you can go like this, and it just makes it easier to enter the information. And then there's more options in here as well. You can get a comment from a comment bank that you can create. You can save this comment to a comment bank. And there's also ability to hide comments so that you don't see them if you're sharing this with parents. It's normally also if you're emailing it, say I don't want the comment to go, because sometimes I'm doing I'm making quick comments and I don't want to have to be, let's say, gentle in my wording. I might just want to say weak and whatever, and I don't want to send it, and it just might be point form, something really quick that just for me to know, and but I might want to send just the rating, how they're doing, and maybe the evidence. So I don't want the comment to go. Then I would just, again, tap this and just show comments. Tap it again here, hide comment, you see, and then that'll hide the comment when it gets emailed. And there's a few things at the top that are important. This really send button or share button allows you to send the selected students. So whatever students I select, it'll send their information in an email. Selected students comments only. That's really if I'm tracking something that I'm not really using score or rating for. I'm just going to send, sometimes it's permission slips, something like that. And so I'm not really doing a score or rating on it. I'm just saying whether they brought it in or not. And then I can make a comment here, and I can find the people that don't have it passed in, and then send an email to those parents saying, could you send it in? And also in the evidence part, I can put in the actual permission slip, send it home again through the email. There's also create a PDF of this list. So if I do just tap that, it'll just create a PDF of this exact same list. The comments, it'll expand the comment down. If the comment's bigger than this little one line, it'll just keep pushing down, make it bigger, it'll expand. And then I can share this with, wherever I want. So I press done. And then there's also in there communication tracker. If I want to, when I send this home, if I want to track that I've sent it through my communication, I can do that. I can select the students and do communication tracker. When you email, it'll automatically prompt you if you want to send it through the communication tracker as well. So I'll just show you here. If I do Anita Bath for a second, let's pretend I was going to email this, let's say these first 2 people, or let's say these 2 people here. I'm just going to go here, email selected students, email the guardians. It says automatically the evidence is included. If I don't want the evidence included, I would just not select. I leave it. I tap that. I don't want to include it. So I press OK. It brings up where it says to. This is just a little junk email I've created, but it would actually have the parent's email there. It doesn't blind carbon copy this because it's only going to that one parent, right, or those one parents. So you can see here it says fractions, which I didn't spell right. It says Anita Bath, subject, the assessment, the date, the type pre-assessment, the rating, they got it, and the comment, and then just the citations. So I could send that. I'm just going to cancel it though, or I'll send it. Doesn't matter, it's going to a junk mail. and then brings up the next student, and you have to press the same thing again. And then it comes back to here. So the last thing is over here. This allows me to go to the assignment settings and change anything. So that's back here. If I wanted to fix that fractions and spell it properly, then I could do that. I could change the date or add information down here to the general information or whatever I want. Make all the changes. Maybe these two students that were not selected earlier, I'm going to add them. I submit. Now, if I deselect someone, it doesn't take them off. You have to actually physically delete them in the thing, in the actual over here. So if I don't want Eileen Gladys, I just tap here and say remove her from fractions, and you just press remove. So that allows me to do that. Compare assessments allows me to compare this assessment with another assessment, and it'll just, I just go compare assessments, press OK. It says basically select the other one. So let's say I'm going to do graphing and then compare them. It'll line up the graphing and comparing for each student. So I don't have all the information filled in here, but you can see for Anita Bath, graphing, her rating was 2, fractions was 3. Now it's good if you're comparing, let's say, something over time. Let's say it was multiplication times tables. Then compare them over time from one to the next, or the same, say it was fractions, but it was fractions, equivalent fractions one time, and you want to see the next time you did equivalent fractions, see how they improved. Or let's say spelling over several weeks or something like that. This is just comparing them that way. Maybe reading levels, and so on. So I just press the back button, and I'm going to go all the way to home on this one actually. And I want to go back into that assessment I was in, and that was a math assessment, and it was fractions. So I'm going to tap in there. So here I am back. And I can just copy the selected student's name, so I can tap on a few of these, and if I press this, it'll copy the name. Sometimes I want that to, well, it was really before the interventions modules here, it was easier for me to copy those names and say these are the names I have to work on later, and I'd paste it into another document. But I don't know if it's that useful now or not. Comment bank. I can open up the comment bank, create comments in there, and then use them for later in here. Tag students for assessment. That allows me to tag students, like let's say I'm going to sort these by rating, and I'm going to get rid of the check marks, and then I'm going to just select these students, and I want to tag these for an assessment later. Because I want to recheck, see how they're doing now. They didn't have it before. I'm going to work with them, and then going to do a check with them again. Then I can go here, and if I do tag students for assessment, it'll allow me to create a new assessment with just these students. It'll have them automatically selected. And the same thing, tag students for a focus group, it'd be the same thing. I want to work with these students, or I want a CSA to work with these students, so I can tag them and create an intervention that allows me to track like kind of the work I've done with them.